Right. Time for some Sweetzburg content. How sweet. How sweet. We get to see the first factory. First Oh, hello. But that's not all true, because we got an AoE instead, yeah. Welcome into caramel. That song's gonna get stuck in my head again. Oh my. Defeat gummy worms. Okay, if you insist. I love defeating gummy worms. As long as it's not marshmallow, I am fine with it. Death to all gummy worms. Death to all gummies. They are bad and evil. 0 out of 10. No 5 stars for them. They do not get 5-star rating. Worst workers. In Lemuria, Death will most likely getting a single hit since they already received an AoE and Caramel. I'd say so. They're probably just gonna like alternate between AoE and AoE and single hit. I'd say for the schools that got an AoE. Who else got an AoE? I think was Death the only school to get an AoE? Death was the only school to get an AoE in Caramel, right? Fire is a single hit. Storm is single hit. Balance is single hit. Is Tatzelworm AoE? Life is single hit. I don't know if it's going to be rank 8 shadow spells. I think they might do like a different way to do it, kind of like they did with the Caramel spells, where you can decide how many pips it is. Storm got an AoE. Is Sound of Musicology an AoE? Is it really? Oh, Storm, Myth, and Death. Okay. I didn't realize. I understand Tatzelworm because I've seen that animation and it looks a lot like an AoE. I just couldn't remember. Is Sound of Musicology really an AoE? No one uses Sound of Musicology. I've never ever seen it being cast. Like, in an actual thing. It is an all enemy, jeez. Wow. Wow, so I'm assuming Death, Storm, and Myth will get a single hit, and the others will get a AoE, I would say. Life might get another AoE. No, just kidding, they'll give... just kidding, they're gonna give Life a heal. That's what's gonna happen, because they seem to think that Life needs more heals, that they're not gonna use. A Shadow Pip heal, yep, they're definitely gonna use that, for sure. For sure, 100%. Yep. Why wouldn't they? Right, Power Room. Yeah, I know I know how the trend works. If you get an AoE, you're gonna get a single target next. And that's how it works. And then the world after will probably go to more of a utility sort of spell, or a different style altogether, like the divide spells from Mirage, I would say. Or maybe they'll just go back to AoE or AoEs and or alternate again. I would kind of like to see some more things like a divide spell again or something like that. Another divide spell maybe. Kind of cool. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens afterwards. But I'm guessing it'll be Storm, Myth, and Death will get a single hit. The others will get a double. Or an AoE, I should say. I would kind of want a Dragon, but we're going to Meteor. Could be a mistake. I don't think it's going to be 8 pips. I really don't think it's going to be 8 pips. Because people were complaining about it being 7. So I don't think they're going to want it to be 8. And if they do, they'll make it kind of like what it is now, where it could go up to 8. And it would start at 6. So it'd be technically a 6 pip shadow spell, and it could go down to 4, maybe. And have that range. That would be my opinion on that, I would say. Yeah, but I don't know what they're gonna do. They may not even do shadow spells. It may just be a normal spell. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, they just can't win with spells. People complain if they're shadow spells. People complain if they're not shadow spells. It's ridiculous. Like, before Imperia... No. Yeah, before Imperia Part 2 came out, they were complaining that we're probably going to get another shadow spell. And then it wasn't shadow spells, and it was the silence spells, which are obviously not shadow spells. And then they're complaining that the silence spells suck and that there's so many pips when they could have been so little and been shadow spells. It's just, they just can't win, honestly. It's kind of funny, but also at the same time very frustrating. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They could do that. Or they could just not have... Or it could be just another rank. Like, for example, we got rank 8 spells at the start of Chrysalis. The King Art spells. And we'd already had rank 8 by then. We're up to rank 10. So the next one theoretically would have been rank 11, but we got rank 8 spells. So you never know. You never know. And then when they released the caramel spells, everyone complained because they were shadow spells, and there were too many pips on top of the shadow pip, and then it made it worthless, apparently. So, like, you know, they just can't win. It's just impossible to do spells nowadays, because everybody wants something so different from each other, and there's always going to be people who are going to criticize the spells. 100%. I do stand by me feeling it's valid to criticize the death spell, because it is actually, like... not great. The animation, that is. I don't mind the utility. If the spell didn't have the animation, I would probably actively use it more. Like, if the concept of the spell was different, I would use it more, because the utility and the damage isn't actually terrible. It's just the fact that, like, it's a gobbler, and that doesn't match death at all. It's just, no. Or they could do a shadow path or a regular pit path. I don't know if they would do that. 7 pips for snack attack dealing 500 damage is extremely weak, but the problem is the utility is like so busted. Like, it is absolutely busted. It is the best utility spell in the game. Like, it is insane. And it has to take a fall somewhere. Because you can't have that good of a utility and not have it impact damage. Like, that's just impossible. So considering the utility, it's a decent spell. It's not the best, but it's decent, and I would actively, you know, try and use it in more situations than I do currently, which is none, because I just carry cleanse for 0 pips, and it makes the problem better. If it didn't have the animation, you know? But it does, so I have to use cleanse, because I don't agree with the animation style. Why did I not blade? I don't know. And look, I understand, like, when spells come out that they're usually, like, bad or busted somehow, but, you know, generally they fix it. If it looked like a death spell with utility, that would have been great. Yeah, I agree. I just hate seeing it, because it doesn't feel like a death spell. That's my main problem. Lulu or Scarecrow? Obviously Scarecrow. Lulu's just not good anymore. Because you have to wait so long for a Shadow Pip. Shadow Pips suck. Like, when they've changed Shadow Pips for PvP, they didn't, like, they just made it worse for PvE. Like, you just never get a Shadow Pip. Like, look, I've been in this fight for ages now, and I still haven't got a Shadow Pip, and I'm not even close to it. These guys don't even have Shadow Pips. Like, I can understand in a fight where I'm versing an enemy that has Shadow spells. This guy doesn't even have Shadow Pips, and I still haven't got one after, what, 4 rounds? Or something? It's insane. It's just insane. I don't agree with how they changed Shadow Pips for PvE. For PvP, it makes sense. But for PvE, it just doesn't make sense at all, because there's no way to improve it. Like, even if you have max Shadow Pips, you're still at the mercy of bosses. Or even mobs who have insane, ridiculous amounts of Shadow rating. that you just can't get Shadow Pips quickly, which just removes the whole need for a Shadow spell. Especially since half of them got nerfed to Oblivion and they don't deal as much. It's just not worth using Shadow Pips for spells anymore. Which is why if they do make it, like, it's also why, like, I'm downgrading my snack attack, because it's just not worth waiting ages for a Shadow Pip and then doing, like, you know, mild damage when I can just Scarecrow. That's just my rant for the day. That's my rant for the day. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed. Hi, Lemon Sundrops. Welcome. How's it going? Thought he was going to speak more, but he doesn't. Dun, 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 dun. Right, Parlor. Mightiest of CraftBox. Through farming Kimberlung, I have acquired 25 wooden keys. What do? 25 wooden keys? Ra. Oh my gosh. You can farm Ra for all of his drops. Because he's probably the easiest boss that actually drops some decent-ish stuff. He drops most of the reagents to craft the Darkmoor decks. That's probably about it. Is King Ball worth farming? King Ball would actually be a good, if you want. Because I believe all of the, like, key bosses have the same drop rate, or a similar drop rate. And if you just want to burn keys, might as well, you know, if you want to get spell elements. He's the easiest by far to farm for all of them. So, if you have a surplus of wooden keys, I generally have more of a higher gold key income, because obviously you get gold keys while questing at higher levels. And also just from farming Darkmoor for 5 million years for whatever you need. So that's generally why I have a lot of gold keys. Wooden keys I just feel are just so impossibly hard to get. It's my thing. But yeah, I would say King Ball would be quite good if you need all of the spell elements, the Griswoldheim spells. That's why Shadow spells are a bad deal in Caramel, because in Caramel it took me 10 rounds just to get a Shadow Pip in the Aberrant fight. Look, I can understand the Aberrant fight, because theoretically that's meant to be hard, and he will have an insane Shadow Pip rating. But in fights like this, where these guys don't even have Shadow Pips, like, look, these guys can't even get Shadow Pips. This is what, round 5? And to be fair, round 3 maybe. To be fair, I'm getting them at quite a decent rate, but that last fight, man, just nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. There was just no Shadow Pips ever. But yeah. You don't want any rare items? Well, fair enough. Fair enough. You're in between King Boar and Catch of the Day. Catch of the Day gives you a lot of motes of wisdom. Nice. I do have 30 Hammer of Thor spell elements. Well, might as well go for the last 2 then of Hammer of Thor and get that done. Because that's, I'm just not getting any blades. This sucks. This sucks. In Caramel, it takes 9 to 11 rounds to get a Shadow. It takes much longer than Silent Spell. Yeah, exactly. 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 That's why, like, you know, people... What the heck was that noise? That was a bit delayed, wasn't it? Did they even cast? Where did the Kraken noise come from? What the heck? I'm dying. This is not good. Or because I can't find stupid blades. But yeah, people were complaining about the silence spells because there's so many pips, even though we start with 5 now. So, like, it's... Well, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Yikes. Yikes, that hasn't happened in a while. Oops. Oh well, let's start focusing a little bit more. Focus up. Oh. If he drops, he does. He does. He drops all of them. It's just whether your luck is on point enough. Died to mobs. These guys are elite, thank you very much. They're barely mobs, okay? They're elite. They're basically bosses. They have the same damage output as bosses, okay? I don't want to hear it. There's also 3 of them, and there's only 1 of me, okay? I can't be God, okay? I can't be God. KingsIsle kind of didn't take into account how bosses and mobs decrease shadow pip chance. Which is... Well, I mean, they don't decrease it. The way that it works is it rates their ability, or their number, against ours. And whoever has the higher number will get them quicker. Basically. And there's like a multiplier that happens depending on how less you have of it. I don't exactly know how it works, and I don't know how it checks if there's like more than one. And maybe it is busted because there's like always more than one of us, and we're always checking for all of them and going up against all of them, which doesn't seem fair at all. I also couldn't get any blades either, so I don't want to hear it, chat. I don't want to hear it. I was struggling to get blades, so I wasn't hitting because I can't kill without blades. At least one blade. And I just couldn't find them. So that's my excuse. But yeah, shadow spells just in PvE just aren't worth it anymore. They're just really not. Just super not worth it.
You can fight a witch with
Right. Hello, Quake Charmer.
Wizard, come to finish what you... Oh, that weren't it. What I was meaning to say. What I want you to truly understand before I send you to the great coop in the sky is... Look over there!
He ran away, I would say, like the decapitated chicken, but he still had his head. So, just like the big chicken he is then. He went to the literary cafe, Les Bon Bon Mots. Be careful if
Right, let me go get potions real fast.
some of my witch-cursed wunderneers as enforcers.
And critical multiplier continues to decrease over time. I'm actually quite happy with where crit is. I'm fine with crit now. I think the changes that they've made are actually good for crit. And I really like how they kept the bug where you're kind of critting like all the time. I kind of like critting all the time. It makes you feel a little bit better. It is kind of annoying that you don't see when they like block anymore, so you don't like exactly know how much you're going to be doing just based alone of before it comes damage. And it does sometimes get a little bit frustrating seeing you not like do as much as you thought you would, or doing a lot on one mob and then on the other mob you're doing like absolutely nothing. That kind of frustrates me a little bit, but I'm overall happy with crit at the moment. Oh, he's back. I thought you ran away. We can't even talk to him. I want to talk to him. He doesn't say anything. Ah, oh, bother. That would be so cool if there was like a secret piece of dialogue. That would be really cool. KingsIsle missed an opportunity there. He's like... I don't know what he would say, but that could have been really funny. That could have been really funny, but they didn't. So sad. I guess it does add some challenge because people think the game is too easy. I don't understand that. I really don't understand people who say that. Like, I just don't understand it. Man, like, this game is... For sure, like, there's a lot of stuff that is easy, but then this game isn't meant to be hard. And also, the people who, like, complain that it's hard are half of the people who, like, team everything. If you want a challenge, go solo stuff on a storm, okay? Go complete the whole game on a storm and then tell me how easy the game is. Like... I don't think people understand how you can make a challenge out of a game that isn't exactly challenging. People rely on KingsIsle to make stuff challenging when they could very well do that themselves. You know, like, maybe they limit themselves to, you know, lives. Like, you know, if you can only get lives as your potions. I've seen people do that. Like, one potion equals a life. And if you use that potion, or if you die, you lose a potion and you can't use it again and that's your life gone. And you only have, what, 3 up until... Chrysalis, and then you get another one, you know, and that's stuff that people can do to make it a bit more challenging, you know, that people just don't do because they're not creative enough to think outside the box enough to figure out how to make the game more difficult. you know? But also, King's Isle have to cater to people who can only play casually, you know? Not everybody's a hardcore player and has all of the time to get the best gear every time, you know? Like, these are also the people who complain that it's difficult, that are the people who spend 500 million years farming for every single set of Dragoon on every single character, and then complain that the game is too easy because they have the best gear, the best pets, and whatever. Like, of course it's going to be easier if you're wearing the best gear. Like, that's a given, right? You would think? I just don't understand their mentality there. I just don't understand people's mentality saying that the game's easy. Yeah, it's easy. But, like, there's ways to make it less easy if you want to, you know? I quested a storm to max, and let me tell you, you fizzle like there's no tomorrow in early game, especially before Waterworks and Darkmoor, yeah. I've learnt from my Storm Wizard that it's pain. It's pain. He's only level 16, but it's pain. It's pain, man. It's pain. Speaking of, I have 54 accuracy now. I'm so proud of myself. This is the highest accuracy I've ever had on a character. Part of it is completely unintentional. Actually, most of it is completely unintentional. The other part of it is completely intentional. Because I saw that I could get more, so I'm like, you know what, might as well. This is a loud noise that's going on for way too long. But yeah, I hate when people say that Wizard's too easy. I lost the top of my bottle. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Let's just bull. Let's just bull. From your experience, the hardest part of questing on your death was the first arc because you never had an AoE. Yeah. And that's pretty hard. The rest of it is pretty easy. And when I reached level 48, all of your hard work paid off for a Scarecrow spell that deals 590. Yeah. And then it got buffed, which is good now. And it's actually decent. But yeah, I just don't understand people who complain that the game's too easy while actively making it easier for themselves, you know? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you think the game's easy, why are you getting the best gear? Of course it's going to make the game easier. You know? Maybe a challenge use only bizarre gear or only gear that you get dropped, you know? Actually, no, only getting gear that you get dropped is kind of just, you know? That doesn't really make sense either because most of the good gear is dropped anyway. But you know what I mean. Just, like, try something different if you think the game's too easy. Or maybe this game isn't for you if you think it's easy. If you want a challenge, go play a different game. There's more challenging games out there. This is not meant to be a game that is challenging. Most of the side content I'm happy with because it is challenging. You know? And if you want that challenge, it's there through side content. But not through the main content because it doesn't need to be there because they need to worry about casual players as well. You know, and they don't have all of the time in the world to redo a boss 500 million times because they keep dying. And half of them don't have a friend to help. Let me just quickly check his cheats. End of first round. And once again, at the end of the fifth round, he will cast Earthquake. At the end of every third rounds and 3 rounds after, he will cast a Balanced Dot. Okay. Right. So this could be interesting. We should be fine, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Welcome to Rant Cafe. I mean, welcome to the world of rants so far. All I've done today is just rant about things. We need to not blade yet. We need to not blade yet. Need to just not blade. Crit. Kablam. Kablam. And that's why I didn't blade. Earthquake. Ground shake, earthquake. All of the people get baked. Doesn't sound the greatest, but whatever. That was a quick shed. Oh my gosh. Holy moly, that was a quick shed. Jeez. For a boss fight, that's insane. It's absolutely insane. Is this mana burn? Oh no. I'm thinking, is that mana burn? Jeez. Only has 9,000 health, which isn't too bad. Can probably blade twice and then hit. Especially if I get a bowl in my hand right now. Oh, I did. Yeah, we're just gonna faint into a hit, honestly. I think that's probably the best bet. I think that's bet there. Hopefully we get an enchant next. That would be ideal. And we should be able to kill, I would say. Theoretically. Theoretically. I don't know what this guy's badges are. Because here's some making with the Quaken. Uh-oh. Oh, don't worry. I thought that was a feint cheat. It's not. It's just another cheat that he has. And GG. GG, man. GG. Easy clap. As long as he doesn't earthquake, which he could. Ouch. He passed. Wow. Okay. That does a lot of damage, that dot, when it actually finishes. I think it's in a couple rounds. It's pain. It would kill me right now. Right now. Right, I'm gonna get the solo badge for this guy, which is good. Very cool. Crit, blade. Kablam, he's dead. Get out of here, son. And kablamo. Oh, we didn't kill! No! No! Pain! How much health does he have? 2,000? Oof. I think we can do this with just a regular thing. I think. Hopefully we can, man. Hopefully. Crit. Please. Woo! Just. Lovely. Lovely.
You don't believe me, do you? Fair enough. Don't know I believe you neither. Ponder this, though. If neither of us opened the cavity, who did?
True. True, though. True. He has a point. Mans has a point. Who did? Did we get the badge for soloing him? There's a badge for soloing him, right? Oh, okay. That's fine, too. That's fine, too, I guess. I swear there was a badge for soloing him. Oh, well. Oh, well. That's fine. I don't really care about badges on this character. Right. Right, here we go. The factory. Seals up plant.
Salute customer. Nana.
Right. Investigate mysterious big hole. Sounds interesting. Oh, there's a big hole.
That is a big hole.
Greta! Oh my gosh, it's Greta. Very cool. Cavity. Wait, we didn't do it. Oh, we did. Right? Oh no, we didn't. There we go. That's better. Now we need to defeat them for their weirs. For their ears? No, their weirs. I don't want the fire ones. Do not want the fire ones though. Really don't want to do that. Oh well, we're gonna deal with it. Right. Durn. Right. And that should kill. Lovely. Blam. The life and myth ones are annoying too. They are, but they don't resist, so I prefer them. I prefer them. Also because I can generally kill in 2 rounds, so they're not too bad. The fire ones just are frustrating because of their resist, and I have no pierce, so they just suck. They just really suck for me. Oh well, I'm sure it is fine. Oh well. Right. Let us do this. Just get a little bit of extra damage up. Lovely. 181. Nice. 386. Not too bad. Just kidding, that's terrible. And we'll go for a thing next. Go for a meteor, I should say. Not a thing. You don't understand what a thing is. I do, but you don't. You don't know what's happening in my brain. Just as well, really. Oh, just kidding, we can't. We failed. Pip failed. Love to see it. I love pip failing. It is the best. Everybody agrees that it is great. No, 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 no. Right, now we can go for it. Plan. And hopefully we get this first try. Please, 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 please. Crit, lovely. Kablam. Nice. GG. And the death mobs and caramel, no Pigsy too. Yeah. There's just a lot of spells that these guys know that are kind of frustrating. But hey, it'd be like that. Right, Greta, hello. Dun, dun, dun. Right, back here. Need to defeat these honey badgers, which are balanced, which is good. In just a sec. I know this quest. I think we... Can't remember, do we have to defeat the small boys again? I hope not. Peppermint posies. And then the badgers. One. Let's just go up here. Nope, up here. This place is so cool. It's honestly amazing looking. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Lovely, and honey badgers. These mans here must die. This one takes forever to collect. I remember doing this for like 5 times on my death. Test run it was like 3 times, and on my death while I was doing the walkthrough it was like 5 times. I'm like, oh man. Oh man, this is probably one of the worst defeating collect quests in the whole world, not gonna lie. It just takes so long. So long. It's terrible. So bad. So bad. Gumdrop Forest is honestly one of my favorite areas in the spiral. It's so cool. It's just so colorful as well, and peaceful. It's just great. It's just so good. We'll just do this. Just do a dragon. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Crit, blade, and kablamo. Can we get it first try? That's the question. Oh, we did! Oh my gosh! Wow! That's insane. That's crazy. I swear I was there for so long on my death getting that. Holy moly. That's great. That's great. I love that. I love that for me. Right. Pipeline Cave. Then we get into Nibbleheim. Nibbleheim? Kablam. Let's go.
Oh, it looks like some of the creatures from outside found their way down here. We will have to push.
Why are you here? Get out. Go away. No, don't be here. Please don't be here. You should not be here. I do not approve of this. I, Brent, do not approve of this message. Honey Badgers dropped their 27 flat resist opals, I think. Ooh, nice. Nice. I know... What was I looking for? You drops the 30 ones, which I'm going for. I don't really care about the 27. I want 30 because I'm OP and stuff on my death. I'm just trying to get as much flat resist as possible. Because I think it's a fun challenge to try and get like as high flat resist as I can with my current setup. And I'm doing quite well, I would like to think. Please don't dispel me. Please, boys, don't dispel me. No dispels today, boys. He crit, that's fine. He crits, it's okay. He fizzled. Imagine not having 54% accuracy. Come on. Get good, guys. Get good. No, you can get up to 30. 30 is the highest at the moment, and only you drops them. So that's why people farm you a lot, or at least that's why I farm you a lot. I'm pretty sure it's just you and possibly the Aberrant Paradox. Dazzling, Defense, Opal, Wizard101. Oh, that's Sparkling. Yeah, yeah, it's only dropped by you. 135. These boys here. These boys here, River. That's what I'm currently going for. I know. Please don't talk to me about my friends. I don't like them, but they're my friends. And they would never fire dispel me, ever. They're too nice. It's insane, I know. I only thought it went up to like 25 or something. But no, it goes up to 30. So I'm currently like trying to get as many 30s as possible. I think I have 1 or 2. I still need a few more. I think I need like 4 total, so yeah, because I'm just trying to maximize my my flat resist by a whole bunch. Yeah, they're insane. They're absolutely insane. Because if I have like 4 of those on my regular set, so 4 times 3 is 120. 12. So I can get like 120 flat resist just from having 4 of those on my one set. Except I think one of them might be going on my Jade set, so it might only be 3. But still, that's 90. 90 flat resist is insane. Also drops the executive rings, which are good. Yeah, he also drops the health ones as well, I believe. The 135 health opals. 135. I believe, from my notes at least. Yeah, 135 health opal. I can't speak. Is that a 40? It is. This should kill. Yeah, it's you and Dazzling Paradox. Or that Aberrant Paradox. Dazzling Paradox. I cannot speak. And those are those ones. Those are those ones, which are also insane. E. Got a couple 135 health opals. Yeah, I need about 3 more of those, I think. I'm trying to maximize my gear as much as possible, but I mean, as soon as I do that, Lemuria is going to come out, and there'll be like another, 5-10 levels of them, so I'll be going up to 140 health opals and probably about 40 resist, and it's like, okay, I guess I will die then. Can I go on with half health? We'll risk it. We'll risk it. Got Dear Night Jewel from you yesterday. Yeah, I've got a couple of those. Which are quite cool. Except they're like 135, which is ridiculous, because as if a 135 doesn't have enough stuff for Dear Night. Which I find absolutely hilarious. That should be a level 60 one. because it makes sense, because that's, no, not a level 61, about a level 71 when you're in Avalon, because that kind of makes sense. But level 135 is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But hey, I guess that's how it be sometimes. Right, we'll just do this. Don't stun me. But yeah, I've just got into the habit of farming you as much as possible. Headless Horseman Jewel is 125. Yeah, that... I mean, I can kind of understand that one a little bit more because it's kind of more of a rare card. But still, like, Deer Knight should be much lower. Deer Knight should be much lower, considering you can craft it at about level 70, so, yeah. And then you can get it from, What's-Her-Face, Lawmaster, or whenever. So, yeah. I can kind of understand Headless a little bit more than Deer Knight. Speaking of Headless, it's nearly Headless time. It's nearly Headless season. So exciting. So exciting. Halloween packs making a comeback. The new Halloween pack arriving. I'll show you the mount, because I got the mount from the Scroll of Fortune the other day. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Brit Amethyst. I'm not an Amethyst guy, but that's fine. Do I look like an Amethyst enjoyer? I'm not. Fun fact. Right, Greta, hello. Nibbleheim. Nibbleheim.